Hello everyone. Welcome to BYK Book Summary. I am Amin. Here we decode the inspiring journey, mental warfare, and empire building life lesson of the world's greatest legend. Today topics and their biggest secret are right on your screen. Let's dive in with my AI co-host.
Okay, let's dive straight into this explainer because today we're looking at a story that is absolutely electric. We aren't doing a dusty historical retrospective today, folks. No, we are looking at a living phenomenon whose very first chapter has already completely rewritten sports history. We're talking about a player who has shattered more global records before even being old enough to get a driver's license than most professional athletes do in their entire careers. This is the unbelievable story of Vaibhav Suryavanshi.
Picture this for a second. It's the Indian Premier League. The stadium lights are glaring, the pressure is literally suffocating, and the entire arena just falls completely silent. They're watching a high-stakes match against the formidable Gujarat Titans, and what's unfolding right out there on the pitch defies all logic. There's this brief, breathless pause of pure disbelief across thousands of fans, and then an absolute eruption of noise, because the crowd suddenly realizes they aren't just watching a great cricket game. They are watching the impossible happen live. And the reason for that absolute jaw-dropping disbelief comes down to just this one number, 14. I really want to pause here and let the sheer impossibility of that sink in. Think about what you were doing at exactly 14 years old. Preparing for high school exams, playing video games. Well, the boy standing in the middle of that IPL stadium, staring down some of the most lethal professional fast bowlers on the planet, was just 14 years old. Section 1. The Mental War, 35 Balls to Glory. Now, physical talent is one thing, right? But the psychological fortitude required to obliterate battle-hardened bowlers without even flinching, that requires an entirely different level of mastery. It is a mental war. Against the Gujarat Titans, this 14-year-old scored 101 runs off just 38 balls. He reached his century in a mind-bending 35 balls, which is the fastest ever by an Indian in the IPL and the second fastest in the entire tournament's history. And we have to talk about that strike rate, 206.55. In the cricketing world, a strike rate over 200 isn't just a statistic, it's a weapon. He smashed 11 sixes in a single innings. The absolute mental fortitude needed to stand in the crease at 14 and launch 11 balls into the stands is just staggering. He instantly became the youngest T20 centurion in the recorded history of men's cricket.
Section 2. The Prodigy versus the Legend. So, when you're out there doing things nobody your age has ever done, the only fair comparison is against the all-time global greats of the sport. Let's rewind slightly to December 2025, during the Vijay Hazare Trophy. Vaibhav scored 190 runs off 84 balls. Insane, right? But the true jaw-dropping moment was when he reached his 150 in just 59 balls. And why does that matter so much? Because he shattered the global record for the fastest 150 in List A cricket, a record that was previously held by the absolute legend A.B. de Villiers. The man who literally redefined what was possible in batting had his world record taken by a 14-year-old boy.
Section 3. The Architect, Building an Empire. Look, a phenomenon like this doesn't just spontaneously appear out of nowhere. There's a foundation of sacrifice here, built by his father, Sanjeev. Sanjeev was an aspiring cricketer himself who never quite made it pro, but he spotted his son's raw talent at just 4 years old. By the time Vaibhav was 8, Sanjeev made a massive, life-altering decision. He actually sold a portion of the family's land to fund his son's training. No guarantees, zero safety nets. He enrolled Vaibhav in an academy in Patna and then endured this grueling 100-kilometer commute on alternate days just to make sure his son got the right coaching. Really feel the emotional weight of that for a second. Selling the very earth your family owns for a dream that hasn't even proven itself yet. Real belief in someone is not measured by what you say. It is measured by what you actually give up for them. That right there is the very essence of unwavering belief. When Vaibhav was out there hitting that historic IPL century, it wasn't just a boy hitting a cricket ball. It was the direct, undeniable return on a father's ultimate sacrifice. It was an entire family's belief made manifest on the world stage.
Section 4. Defying Geographical Limits. This story absolutely proves that world-class greatness isn't dictated by your zip code or where you happen to be born. Consider his origins, Tajpur in the Samastipur district of Bihar. Now, this is not a place known for elites, multi-million-dollar sports academies. There are no legacy cricket families passing down generational secrets here. It's a small town, but Tajpur wasn't a limitation. It was the forge. It built a national icon with undeniable raw talent. Talent so undeniable, in fact, that in 2025, Vaibhav was awarded the Rashtriya Bal Puraskar. That's the government of India's highest civilian honor for exceptional achievement by a child. What a massive national statement from a small town.
Section 5. A Legacy Unleashed. We are quite literally witnessing a legacy being unleashed in real time. His unstoppable ascent through the ranks of professional cricket is moving at a speed that sports historians have never recorded before. I mean, look at the stark contrast between his extreme youth and the massive gravity of these milestones. At 12 years and 284 days, he makes his first-class debut in the Ranji Trophy against Mumbai. At 13 years old, the Rajasthan Royals back him with a 1.1 crore rupee IPL contract. That is real money and massive pressure. And by 14 years and 32 days, he's the youngest T20 centurion ever. Oh, and by the way, on the very first ball he ever faced in the IPL, off Shardul Thakur, he hit a 6. He didn't look nervous for a second. He looked like he owned the arena.
And hey, if you needed any more proof that he delivers his absolute best performances on the world's biggest stages, the numbers from the 2026 Under-19 World Cup final against England say it all. A final, right? The highest pressure environment possible for his age group. And he casually drops 175 runs off 80 balls, hitting 15 fours and 15 sixes, and walks away as the player of the tournament. These performances solidify his status not just as a great prospect, but as a full-blown global phenomenon right now.
Small towns produce giants. They always have. We've just traced the unstoppable legacy of a boy whose family sold their land, traveled hundreds of kilometers on dirt roads, and bypassed literally every excuse in the book to shatter records held by absolute legends of the sport. So I'll leave you with this. If a 14-year-old from Tajpur, Bihar can rewrite the limits of what is humanly possible on a global stage, what limitations are holding you back? Think about that for a while, and I'll see you in the next explainer.
So, friends, that was the complete breakdown. Make sure to take a screenshot of this growth gift, this infographic, so this lesson stay with you. If you want to learn from legends every single day, join our community. I am Amin. Always remember, read more, think deeper. Let me know in the comments who we should cover next. See you in next episode.